Hello YouTube, BlackMaleASMR, and today I want to say that I'm sorry for taking so long to I guess release a video. Okay, my college semester ended like a week ago, so anyway, yeah, I have a whole bunch of time now. I'm on summer vacation and I don't have a job. I'm not going to summer school, so I'll have a whole bunch of free time. So, yeah. Anyway, this video is, well, I'm gonna do two things. The main part of this video is to talk about the specifications of my amplifier, a new one I bought maybe a month ago. And also, I've added a few more fragrances to my collection, my fragrance collection. So now I have almost 70. And I actually bought 6 of them, but one of them is not for myself, it is for my father. I bought it as a gift for him. Okay, I'll talk about it later. But the first one is Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb. I tried this out at Saks Fifth Avenue. Yeah, and I was blown away by how amazing it smelled, but I don't know, I bought this maybe 2 weeks ago, and it's boring already. I mean, it smells great, it smells really good, but it's not something that, I don't think it fits my personality. And look, I love how it's shaped like a grenade, and it doesn't have a top, it has a little ring, like a real grenade. So I showed this to my father, and he said, hey, when you travel next time, don't bring this with you because, you know, they might get paranoid and say, oh, he has a grenade. So anyway, I'm going to sell this on Facebook, not my ASMR Facebook channel, but another, okay. So that's that one. My next one is Dior Homme Sport. And I know you French people say I should say Homme, Dior Homme, but it's so odd to me. I like saying home. But yeah, this one, yeah, I like it. It kind of smells like dishwashing liquid, like not straight from the dishwashing liquid bottle, but like after you mix it with water. Yeah, but the bottle is very beautiful. This is a reformulated version. This original one came out in 2009, and it was a little different. Like, it had this black stem, and it also had like all black right here, a black sprayer, a black ring around it right here, and they reformulated this in 2012. So this actual bottle was filled in November of 2012, and I can tell by the code on the bottom. Anyway, this reformulated version has the black stem, but it's all silver right here with a red ring going around. And the difference is that in this one they took away some of the citrus and they added some iris flower, and I really like it. It's not one of my favorites, but I just wanted something that would be good for the summer. And this is actually my third bottle of Dior, well, of the Dior Homme line. I also have the original Dior Homme, and this is the pre-formulated version. I think they reformulated this one once. Yeah. And at first I bought this, I didn't like it. Because when I first sprayed on, it kind of, I don't know, it smells kind of stale, I guess, or kind of like corn chips. I don't know. It's something about it. I don't want to spray it on now because I'm wearing something else. But after about 30 minutes, it becomes a very, it's like a meringue, lemon, creamy, smooth, like edible something, and it also has a little bit of the lipstick smell in it. So anyway, this is the original because it has the silver stem. The reformulation has the I think black stem. Yeah. But this one, I have this and the Sport, and I also have what I showed in my Smells Like a Collection video. This one, Dior Homme Intense. Now this one it's kind of like the regular one, but they added a bunch of extra cocoa. Yeah. And it like has that cocoa smell and a lot of makeup and lipstick and just sweetness, and it's very sexy. Now, out of all three, my favorite was this one, but after wearing it for a while, I decided to make this one my favorite because even though I don't like the first 30 minutes of it, after that it just outperforms this one. Even though this isn't Eau de Toilette version and this is Eau de Parfum, this outperforms it. It projects better, it lasts way longer, hours longer than this. I don't know. If this one would project, it does project, but if it would perform as good as this one, then this will be my favorite. So anyway, this is another new one, Dior Homme Sport, that I bought. And this one just arrived today. It's a little sample. It's called Creed, Spice, and Wood. Okay. I don't really know all of the notes in this one, but this is what I'm wearing right now, and it smells like, oh, it's really good. It's really good. I don't know, maybe I'll buy a full bottle next year, but not this year. But it has a bunch of apples in her and smoky, like somebody's roasting a campfire, and it smells a little like cinnamon and incense, but It's very, very spicy. It doesn't project very well though, but it's just a very classy, elegant scent. And like if you wear this, it's just people will notice it. I mean, it doesn't project very well, but maybe a few feet off, and I don't know, it's just really amazing. Anyway, this arrived today. I bought it from a guy on Facebook for, I think I paid $30, so it wasn't too bad. Okay. And out of all the new ones I bought, I'll save this one for last. Okay, the two that I don't have with me right now, one is called Creed Silver Mountain Water. I bought it for my father because I really don't like that one, because it smells like, to me, it smells like if you get a soap dish that's made out of aluminum and you put a fresh bar of ivory soap on it and you sprinkle some black pepper on top. That's what it smells like. It smells like ivory soap, aluminum, and black pepper. And I had a sample. I gave it to my father and he fell in love with it, so I decided to buy him a full bottle. It has not arrived yet. It should be here. It's scheduled to be here Saturday. And the second bottle that I bought that hasn't arrived yet is called Angelman Pure Sport. I actually don't like it. It smells like crap. But the only reason I bought it is because I wanted to add it to my collection. Since it smells so crappy, very few people bought it, and the price dropped drastically. It's like half as much as it cost when it first came out. So yeah, I want to add it to my collection because the bottle is beautiful. It's white rubber with a blue star in the middle of it. I like a blue transparent star so you can see the juice. So yeah, I'll wear it every now and then when it's really hot outside. So those two bottles have not arrived. And this is my favorite of all of the 6 that I've bought recently. This one is a sample, a 30 milliliter sample of Creed Sublime Vanilla. Can you see that? There. Creed Sublime Vanilla. And I tried this out at Neiman Marcus about, I don't know, 2.5 weeks ago. And the guy, the salesman there, he wasn't even talking to me about this one. He was showing me all these other ones. I was like, no, let me try this. So he let me try it, and oh my goodness, I just about had an orgasm in front of everybody. So this was amazing. Now, I normally don't like straight vanilla fragrances like Givenchy Pie, which is supposed to be for men. I don't like it at all. It's very disgusting to me, and it lasts maybe 4 hours. So, and then another one is called Guerlain Spirit, or what is it? Spirituous Double Vanilla. Yes, that is another very popular one in the fragrance community. I tried a sample of that, and to me it was disgusting. I can't wear that stuff. But this one is just perfection. Perfection. And a lot of people complain, and they say, oh, this one smells cheap, or this one only lasts for 1 hour and it's gone. This smells very expensive, and it is expensive. But this one is just, they took some 2 types of vanilla and added some, I think, lemon, some very creamy lemon, and airplane. I think they added musk to this, and I don't know what else, but the smell is the best vanilla fragrance I've ever smelled in my entire life. And people say it doesn't last long, it doesn't project, and it smells cheap. No, it smells very expensive, like I said. On my skin, it lasts like 12 hours, and it projects like crazy. Like maybe 4 or 5 feet off of my skin. So for this bottle, was a little sample, I paid $112. A full bottle of this costs $640, which sucks, but I'm gonna buy one. Maybe, I don't know, 2 weeks from now, I guess. I'll buy a full bottle, because that's how much I love it. And I know y'all are saying, oh, he's crazy for paying $640 for a perfume, but hey, it's worth it, it's worth it. So, I'll put these back now. Actually, no, I'll put these back after the video. So, I'll spray some of this on. I know I'm more something else, but screw it. Yes. Okay, now, the main point of this video was to give not all, but some of the specifications of my new amplifier. Okay, in 2005, I bought a Line 6 Spider 3 212 150 watt amplifier, and I loved it. Line 6 is one of my favorite amplifier brands, and they get a lot of hatred from the heavy metal community. Okay, people say, oh, you can't get a good distortion out of it, but those people are just lazy, because if you spend enough time, you can get a perfect there is no perfect distortion, but you can get any type of distortion that you want. But it took me like 2 months to get the distortion that I was looking for. Anyway, I bought it in 2005, and I used it all the way up until about a month ago. Okay, so that was April of 2013, because in the last quarter of 2012, my Line 6 started malfunctioning. Like, I'll be playing, and then all of a sudden an echo. It had an echo effect in there, which wasn't supposed to come on unless I turned it on, but it started activating itself. So yeah, that was annoying, and I was like, it's not even worth fixing, because I mean, I could use that money to buy a new amplifier. So a month ago, I donated the amplifier to my singer, and I bought myself a new amplifier. It's called Ignator Armageddon. Okay, and a lot of people pronounce it wrong. I'll show you. Bear with me, okay? I'm not used to using this camera stand. So, whoops. There you go. It came with this amplifier head cover too. It's called Ignator. A lot of people pronounce it incorrectly. They say Ignator, but no, it should be Eggnator, like boiled eggs. Short E. And I know this because the owner of this company, his name is Bruce Eggnator. I've watched a bunch of his interviews, and he always starts off with, "Hi, Bruce Eggnator here." So I'll show y'all the amplifier. Okay, so like I said, it came with this cover, and it also came with the pedal. I'll show you the pedal later. But all of this is high quality material, and it is sure to last many, many years. And I plan on using this for many, many years. One of the main reasons I bought this is, number one, okay, years ago, back in 2008, I bought another Line 6. It was a Line 6 Spider Valve 212 40 watt. Okay, and I bought it when I was living in United Arab Emirates, and over there they use 220 volts for everything. Like in America over there they use 230 to 240. In America we use 110 to 120. So that amplifier was only it couldn't work in America. If I would have plugged it up in America, it would have exploded. So yeah, I paid $1,200 for that amplifier, which only should have been $800. But over there, everything's more expensive. And then I moved back to America, and it was useless. I couldn't use it, so I got rid of it. But that brings me to one of the main reasons I bought this. Okay, I'll show y'all later, but this amplifier is switchable between 120 and 240 volts. So when I start touring and I go overseas, I don't have to worry about using a different amplifier or using a transformer or having the venue provide things for me. I can just switch it to 40 and I'm good to go. So right now, since I'm in America, I bought it in America, it's, well, on the back it actually says 115, but it's close enough. The second main reason I bought this is because you can't see it. I'll lower the camera, hold on. Okay. I hope y'all can see this. But, right here, this is an ISP decimator G-string, okay? And the ISP decimator, it's a noise gate, okay? There is an ISP decimator, and there's an ISP decimator G-string, and a G-string is like a higher version of the regular decimator. And like the regular decimator, I don't want to go into too many details, but the regular decimator, it is amazing, but it kind of it alters your attack on the guitar. It really, like, I'll just leave it right there. It alters the attack. I won't explain it. And also kind of kills a lot of the decay. Okay, I'll explain decay later. But the G-string version of the ISP decimator is like ISP they resolve those issues. So this is way more functional. It gives you much more realistic sound. It gives you more control over the guitar. So also the ISP decimator G-string is the best noise gate in the world right now. And this amplifier, the Egnator Armageddon, is the only amplifier in the world that has a built-in ISP decimator G-string. And some people might say, well, you could have just bought another amplifier and bought the external pedal, the external ISP decimator G-string pedal. But I think this is more beneficial because it's less fewer devices to carry around. And if I'd have had an external pedal, I would have needed an extra power source. Okay, since this is built in, it is running off of the amplifier's power source. So yes, I love it. So those are two of the main reasons about that. The capability of switching from 120 to 240 volts in the built-in decimator. Okay. Another very important reason about this is because the Bruce Egnator, he specifically designed this amplifier and the lower version is an amplifier called the Vengeance. But he designed these two amplifiers specifically for modern heavy metal. Okay, there are a lot of amplifiers out there that have a metal sound, heavy metal, but heavy metal's been around since the 60s, and it's been evolving like every 5 years. So you can get an amplifier that has that old sound, but I don't want an old metal sound. It's just not my style. Okay, I like the modern heavy metal. So many different tones, so many different options. So yes, this has a modern heavy metal sound. So I'll go over some of the features. I haven't messed around with this amplifier as much as I should have, but I will start soon. I'm going to put some new strings on my guitars and start messing around with this amplifier. Oh, also, this amplifier comes with a 412. It's designed for a 412 cabinet that comes separately. And the 412 cabinets for this amplifier costs $900. I wanted to buy one, but I decided not to because I have a very small car, and that 412 could not fit in my car, so I ended up getting a 212 cabinet, also made by Egnator, but this specific 212 was designed for one of their amplifiers. I forgot the name. Tweaker, I think. But this is made for the Tweaker amplifier, and it was designed to have a vintage look and a vintage sound. Okay, and I'm not talking about vintage heavy metal, I'm talking about like rock, like old rock, like in the 1950s and 60s and stuff like that. Rock and a lot of blues. But I'm just going to mix it with this. This 212 has two 12-inch Celestion speakers that are capable of handling 80 watts each, and they were also specifically designed for Igniter. But the 412 that comes with this has two 100-watt speakers, or two 100-watt Celestion speakers that are specifically designed for Igniter, and it has two 75-watt Celestion speakers, and they're in an X pattern, so like either 100 177 or 75 75, or 75 75 100 100. So I will get that in the future. Okay, right now I'm just gonna stick with this until I get some more songs written with my drummer, and we start touring. I'll tour this for the first few weeks, and then I'll go ahead and get the 412. I just gotta figure out how I wanna tow that thing around. So this amplifier has 3 channels, clean, which is, well, I don't know what they call it. Oh, here it is, channel 1. And then right here, it's channel 2 and channel 3. And they have it connected right here because both distortion channels share the same equalizers. Bass, middle, treble right here. Okay, they have their own volumes though, so the only thing those 2 channels share is the equalizers. Okay, but each channel has its own gain and volume, and channel 1 has its own equalizers. Okay, and a lot of high gain amplifiers have crappy clean tone, but not this one. This one actually has a very, very smooth, sparkling, soothing, warm, full clean tone. I don't know how they did such an amazing job with this clean tone and an amplifier with as much gain as this one. Also, if you are using clean tone and you turn the gain all the way up, it will give it a distortion, like kind of a rock, like vintage rocky type of distortion. But as you can see, I have my gain like at maybe what is this, 930 position. Yeah. Oh, also this has a gain boost, so you turn the gain up all the way and boost it so to have a distortion in the clean channel. But I'm going to use my clean channel for clean channels, or for clean tone. Now, Igniter, when he designed this, a lot of amplifiers have, when they have 2 distortion channels, each distortion channel is a different type of distortion. But with this one, he made both of them the exact same. So, you can, anyway, since each one has its own gain, and they also have a tight switch, bright switch, and gain boost. So you can, even though they're the same, you make them sound completely different. Oh, even though they share the same equalizers. Okay, so I decided to use my second channel as my solo channel, and I have also, this amplifier has a reverb. I'll show you that later, but I have a bunch of reverb for my second channel because the solos that I play are very slow and smooth. I don't like playing that fast solo stuff. So let me turn this. So channel 2, I have the tight off, okay, and tight just makes it more punchy. Let's say this. I don't know, it makes it more punchy, and I don't want that when I'm looking for a clean or smooth solo sound. So I'll turn that off. And bright, it's hard for me to explain bright. If brightness, if you don't understand guitar. So anyway, if you do understand what bright is, I'll turn that off. Because I want my solos to be warm. I don't want that sharpness that bright switch can, or the bright boost can give you. And gain, I turned this on, the gain boost on, because since I had my gain turned down right here, and I added a bunch of reverb and turned the brightness off and tight off, so I added the gain so it can give me a little more distinction. You know, I wanted to kind of slice through everything else while I'm playing. So that's that. And for channel 3, I would use this as my rhythm channel. So I turned the tightness on because I like to use a lot of technical riffs, and I need this thing to respond very quickly. So I turned this on so it can, you know, give me, well, a genty sound when I need it, or if I don't need it, I can just do a normal power chord or triad, and it's a very chunky and fat tone that I tuned this amplifier to. The brightness, I also turned it off because I don't really need brightness in my rhythm channel. It's just brightness makes it sound a little more, or a little like older, like the older style of metal, and I'm looking for the modern style. I have gain turned down because I have I have the gain boost off because I have gain turned up to about the, I guess, 3? Yeah, 3 o'clock position. So it is not too much, don't worry. This amplifier can handle it. So I'm not going to tell you about the how my equalizer set, because those might change later on. So I'll speak a little bit about the ISP decimator. G string. Okay, I have it set. Okay, get your muffler fixed. Anyway, from left to right, it goes from -70 and -60 and -50, and then 10, I'm sorry, increments of 10. It goes all the way to +10. So -70 to +10. Seriously, every time I'm trying to make a video, somebody drives past with a crappy muffler. So yes, -70 to +10. Okay, if you have it at -70, it's basically not doing its job. It's leaving the gate open. Okay, when you have it all the way to +10, the gate is closed. You can't even hear your guitar. Okay, so I'll leave mine at -30, which is the 12 o'clock position, and -30 for me is perfect. And depending on what I play, but the stuff that I normally play, I have it in -30. If I play things that are more technical, like seriously technical, I turn it up to about -35. But if you have it too high, like if you go to -20, it will it'll get rid of your attack, and you don't want to do that. Never ever get rid of your attack. And also, if I have it like -20 or higher, it kills your decay. And by decay, I mean like if you play a chord, okay, or a string or anything, and then the sound starts dying down, okay, that's sustain. And then when it gets really close to the end, then it starts decaying. That means the sound starts going away. Okay, if you have this too high, that decay will start to crackle up at the end. Okay, and it won't be a smooth like transition to silence. It will be a broken transition, and that's ugly. Yeah, so the higher you have it, the more it crackles, and then if you have it too high, your guitar this will just keep that gate closed. You won't hear a thing. You won't even hear when you strum it. Nothing. So this amplifier also has density and presence. I don't want to really explain those. Those are kind of difficult to explain. So yeah. It also has a mid-range boost, okay, which can be turned on and off with this or the pedal. And this also has, with the mid-range boost, it has a depth knob and a level knob, okay. And this is the main volume. So volume for channel 1, volume for channel 2, volume for channel 3, and main volume. Okay. Oh, and also with the, I told you earlier, Egnator made the Armageddon, okay, which is the top of the line modern heavy metal amp from Egnator. And he also made the Vengeance. They both have the same tone, but the Vengeance has less options. Like, instead of 3 channels like this, the Vengeance only has 2. And the Vengeance also doesn't have the built-in ISP decimator. It doesn't have a few things on the back too. Yeah. Oh yes. Oh, sorry. Also, this amplifier, this is an on and off switch. It's not plugged up right now, so. And also, so on, and right here, this bottom switch is the standby switch, and you can also switch it from, if you go to the left, this amplifier is 120 watts, but this bottom switch to the left drops it down to 60 watts. To the right, brings it up to 120. So if you're practicing at home, you can leave it at 60. And when you're touring, you switch it to 120. So it can be louder. So yeah, that's all I'll go over on the front. Oh, also this has, you can't see it, but there's a very thin strip that goes under, and when the amplifier is on, it lights up like a really, it's a light, very pale blue, like almost white, a whitish blue. And it's like that so you can see the knobs when you're up playing on stage. Yes, I'm getting old. And this head weighs about, I think 56 pounds, something like that. So I forgot. And also, this 212 I bought for it. It cost $500. When I buy my 412 for this, I'm gonna keep this 212. Well, yeah, I'll keep this just for a backup cabinet and for practicing purposes. So let me attempt to turn this thing around. It's so heavy. Don't hit the camera. Another unique thing for this amplifier is that it has a computer fan right there. So amplifiers, this is a tube amplifier, okay? So I think in the United Kingdom y'all call them valve amplifiers, but in America most of us call them tube amplifiers. And tube amplifiers, also amplifiers without tubes, which are called solid state amplifiers, they become very hot when you have them on for a few minutes. So this has a computer fan, so once that amplifier turns on, this fan activates and it just sucks air in to keep the tubes and all the other equipment from overheating. So I'm not sure if that'll make it last longer or not, but hey, I think it's useful. So yeah, actually I've seen another amplifier that had a fan in the back. So this amplifier has y'all see, whoops, let me, oh, earlier I was talking about that switch. It's right here. I don't know if y'all can see this, but like if I go overseas at a big concert, I just unscrew these and remove this plastic cover and switch this up, okay? And it switches the amplifier from, let me see. Okay, here it is. It says, right now it's 115 volts. If I go overseas, it'll switch it to 220 volts. I'll come back to America, I'll switch it back to 115. This amplifier also has a MIDI in and through. I've never used MIDI, okay, so I really don't know how to use this. I don't have anything that is compatible with, well, I have software but no hardware that's compatible with MIDI, so yeah, but if I ever get something, then I can use it with this. I think my drummer, he might have some MIDI hardware, so if he wants to use it, yeah, he'll use it. But yeah, very few amplifiers have a MIDI connection. Okay, so that's another thing that's very unique to this amplifier. Also, the foot switch that comes with this, which I'll show y'all later, it connects the amplifier with an XLR cable. So it's very easy to find a cable. If your cable breaks or shorts out, just buy another XLR cable, or you can borrow one. That's one thing I did not like about Line 6. Okay, they use something, it looks like an Ethernet cable or something. But it's very, very difficult to find something like that, and it's very fragile, so it's easy to break. Even though I never broke mine, but you know. But this is more durable, more prevalent. It's a very, very good idea from Equalizer. Okay. This amplifier has 6 tubes in it. I think the big ones are 6L6. I think the small ones are 12A7X or something like that. This is my first tube amplifier, so I'm still learning this stuff. Well, I'm gonna go over this. You can change the impedance from 4 ohms to 8 ohms, or from 8 ohms to 16, depending on what kind of cabinet you have or what kind of setup you have. So I have mine set to 8 because my 212 for one head and one cabinet requires 8. So yeah, that's all for that. Yeah, so this is where I connect my cabinet to this. So this is the out, and if I have 2 cabinets, I use this one first and this is second. So I never use this alone because it just won't work like that. Another nice feature of this amplifier. Oh, I forgot to say something. One of the important things about this amplifier is that it has a feature called trail. Okay, it's a trailing feature, and that's one thing that I don't like about most of the other amplifiers that I've ever tried, including Line 6. Okay, like the Line 6 amplifier had very many effects. Okay, and in clean tone I used chorus and reverb, and I used a little reverb in my distortion. Yeah, and my solo channel had a bunch of reverb and a little bit of an echo. Okay, so if I'll be playing a solo in the solo channel and have that echo, as soon as I switched to distortion, that echo would cancel out. Okay, and that's just not cool. I hated that so much. But this amplifier has a feature called trail, or trailing feature, and what that does is it withholds the integrity of the effect that you're using in your previous channel before it was switched. So in my solo channel, I have a bunch of reverb, okay, and it kind of gives the note extra sustain. So when I'm playing a solo and I switch back to my rhythm channel, while I'm right when I switch back to rhythm and I start playing rhythm again, that solo I was playing will continue on until it decays, until it runs its course. Okay, so one channel trails into the next channel, which is amazing. I love that. So oh yes, another nice feature with this amplifier is the line out. Okay, the line out is also an XLR cable. Well, it's an XLR hookup, but it only works if you have a cabinet connected. Okay, the Ignitor designed it that way. So if you have this amplifier head and you don't have a cabinet, this line out will not work. Okay, and the purpose of them designing this like this is so you can connect this directly to your either your Firewire interface or your USB interface. Okay, so my USB interface right here, I can put the male end of the XLR cable right here and female end right here when my amplifier head is connected to my cabinet. And then supposedly that's supposed to, make it sound like it's being recorded, like you have a microphone in front. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm eager to see how it sounds. Hopefully it'll be a good sound, because it'll be a lot easier for me to record. If it doesn't work, I'll just, put a microphone, either my Shure SM57 microphone in front of her or my Audix i5. I like my Shure SM57 a lot better. So, also, can you see? Yes. Now these are my reverb knobs, okay? Reverb for channel 1, channel 2, and channel 3. Okay, so I have my channel 1 and channel 2 kind of turned up because, well, channel 1 is my clean tone. I like to have a smooth, clean tone that kind of fills the room. Channel 2 is kind of turned up because of that, like I said, that smooth solo. Channel 3 I don't have very much because I still, I did add some to get a fuller tone, but I don't want to have too much because I want my sound to be tight when I'm doing complicated breakdowns. Oh, amplifier also has an effects loop, which is common with a lot of amplifiers. But this effects loop, here's the return, here's the send. So the effect, like I have my, I do plan on getting a chorus pedal for my, because I like to have chorus, my clean tone. So I'm gonna get a chorus pedal, hook my guitar to the chorus pedal, and send the chorus pedal to here. Okay, and then connect that to right here. And then this, so anyway, I think that's how it works. Let me see. Yeah, that's right. So the chorus pedal will go into here, and then it will go through the amplifier and then come back right here. So when I'm using the effects loop, that sound, it will be there. It's better than, oh sorry, oh that's right, it goes in here, comes out right here, then I hook this up to the front of the amplifier. That's what wasn't making sense. But anyway, you know what, screw it, I'll figure it out. Yeah. But yeah, I plan on getting the chorus pedal, and in the future when I save some more money, I'm going to get an octave pedal, because I want to have a tone, and maybe an echo pedal, I'm not sure yet, but octave because I want to have, like if I play a C flat, okay, or a B, if you want to call it, most people call it B. If I play a B and it's an octave like 3, I want to have the octave pedal set up to where it plays an octave higher simultaneously, so it sounds like a 12-string guitar. But I only want to use that in my clean channel. Okay. Now I'll show you all the pedal that came with it. In this bag did not come with this. I paid extra. I bought this separately. So yeah. No. Here is the pedal that came with it. It came with the XLR cable. I don't know how long, maybe 20 feet, I don't know. But it's, as you can see, it's 7 button. Channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. The effects loop, you can turn on and off with this. Mid or master mid range, and I don't know if I remember, but in the front of the amplifier, to the right side of the amplifier, I'll show y'all the mid range. Boost. That's the reverb. You can turn on and off with this. And also the ISP decimator. One thing I don't like about this amplifier is that the ISP decimator, it's not channel assignable, okay? If you turn this decimator on, it stays on with all channels. Okay, so if I want to use it in channel 3, which is my rhythm channel, but not channel 2 and channel 1, then I'm screwed. I'm gonna have to either, when I switch, I'm gonna have to push both buttons at the same time, or I just have to deal with it and use it in all channels, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use it in all channels because I don't want to have to keep turning it on and turning it off. Okay. the mid-range. Okay, it is channel assignable, which is a nice feature. So the mid-range, I only want to use that with channel 1 and 2, okay, because it makes it, alright, it gives it an even smoother sound, okay, because I want that for my clean and solo. For channel 3, I have it off, so every time I turn this mid-range boost on, it doesn't turn on for channel 3, but it does turn on for channels 1 and 2. I do that with these switches, so on, off. Okay, the effects loop, I'm only going to use that for channel 1. Okay, so when I have that on, I have these turned down for channels 2 and 3. Channel 1 I have turned up. So when I have this on and I have my chorus pedal and my octave pedal, possibly echo pedal and my effects loop, then those effects, if they're on, will only occur in channel 1. I'll switch back to channel 2 or channel 3. Those effects will still be running, but they won't be influencing these two channels, only channel 1. So yes, I love this. I love everything about this except for this. How this decimator has to stay on the whole time. Yeah. And Eganator is written right there. And in the front. So, this is also high quality. This amplifier, I had to pay $1,700 for this before taxes. After tax, I don't know how much. I also paid $200 extra for an extended warranty. So the warranty, and I bought it from Guitar Center. And the extended warranty that I bought, in there, like, it says that if I damage this by accident, like if I'm carrying this somewhere and I accidentally drop it and break all the tubes and damage the outside and mess up some of the circuitry, they'll either repair it for free, or if it'll be cheaper for them to give me a new amplifier, they'll just give me a new amplifier, or they'll give me the money I paid for this. So they'll give me $1,700 plus tax, but I'll take as good care of this as I would my guitars, because you know it takes a while to set these things up to tune the way you want them to be tuned. This was a lot easier to tune than my Line 6. I do admit that. It took me like 2 months to tune my Line 6. This one, I actually tuned it in maybe an hour, but that was like an initial tuning. If I tweak it a little more, it'll probably take me maybe 2 more hours or something like that, and it'll be done. So 2 hours compared to 2 months, yes, this is much better. So yeah, I'm in love with this amplifier. I cannot wait till start practicing with my drummer and touring around the local area at least. Whew. I'm gonna have to hire some roadies. I'm getting too old for this. Yeah. I'm so happy this came with a cover because it keeps it from getting dusty, and when it's raining outside, it keeps it from getting wet. It'll get a little wet right here where the handle comes up. It's nothing. very thick too. That's my amplifier. This thing's super loud. Like I forgot I had like the volume turned almost all the way down in Guitar Center, and I was a little embarrassed because it was still so loud that everybody in the store could hear me play. So that's it. I don't know what else to say. So if you watched this whole thing, which I doubt anybody did, but if you watched it, thanks, and I'll be making more videos soon.